My name is Jeremy. I'm from Honolulu, Hawaii. Been trading for about futures, maybe about a year and a half. Futures is pretty much where I'm starting to make my new home. Here in Hawaii, it's kind of hot most of the time, so we like to spend time at the beach. It all started when I was in college. I was actually going to school to become a nurse. And then once I got my prerequisites out of the way, I started working at a hospital, and I realized really quickly that I didn't want to be a nurse at that point. So I like any other college student, I went online and Googled how to make money online. One of the results that popped up was trading stock markets and trading futures. And so I looked into the stock market first. I got into penny stocks, the low floats, all that type of thing. But eventually, as you scale up, you realize that there's a little bit of liquidity problems that you'll run into once you start going into bigger size. So the futures kind of came around as a way to mitigate the risk on the liquidity issues. So I originally chose to go with Earn to Trade. After trying out for different other funding programs, I think Earn to Trade had, as far as risk parameters go on the rules, they had, I wouldn't say it was the easiest to do. For traders, especially in this time, it was the best parameters that you could really mitigate your risk and take actual trades, and it's not like you're just gonna put some trades on, throw a bet and oh, well, you just blew your daily loss. It had the most room for you to make reasonable trades and to mitigate your risk and to really learn how to manage your account. And I think that was the reason why I chose the mini gauntlet. And the return on risk to reward for that is a lot better than you throwing $2,000 into your own account and worse, God forbid, you just blow all of that in 2 minutes. I think for newer traders, I think this is the way that you should go. If you don't understand exactly what it is that you're doing, you shouldn't be risking your own money. If someone's going to give you an opportunity to try out for something and they give you an account and you think you're good enough to do it, then you should do that. When I found Earn to Trade, I found it on Futures.io. I was looking at different funding programs. From the research that I did, it seemed that Earn to Trade and Helios was the best options. So the mini gauntlet challenge, I think, as far as the funding programs out there, it's the shortest. I think they're all 15 days, but I think it's the most reasonable to pass. For me, I think the first 2 days was difficult. I think the first 2 days I had a drawdown that kind of put me back. It set me back and I had to dig myself out of the hole. I think a couple takeaways that I got from the mini gauntlet is really understand mitigating your risk by positioning size. So I think utilizing the micro contracts, if that's what you trade, really helps. Nowadays we see impulse swings of in the NQ of sometimes maybe 20 to 50 points. If you are sized up too large, you'll blow through that daily loss really fast. So I think really understand the market that you're trading, understand what it can do and how long it takes to do it, and really utilize your ability to move in and out of your positions and really scale in and scale out as needed. And I think that's what really helped me to pass. And really, I think though, having those risk parameters that Earn to Trade gives you is really useful, because if you know you're going to have a $550 daily loss, why go that far? Cut it at 500, cut it at 400. Give yourself room, give yourself cushion to work for the next day. And I think that understanding of the risk for the account being that you only have so much of a drawdown to deal with, you have to be cognizant and be mindful of where your mental aspect is at and how you're trading, how that's going to affect the way that you view your daily loss, and how it's going to affect each trade, and how each trade is going to get you closer or further away from that daily loss. So really just understand the risk of your accounts. And I think for that, I think most traders, if you can understand that, you'll be good. Once I did pass it, it felt like a huge relief off of my shoulders, just knowing And it wasn't even so much that got funded. It's just that the fact that as a trader, this is kind of a milestone. Understanding that you can mitigate risk, you can manage an account, you can manage and allocate capital properly. It was just really a validation to all of the hard work that was put in prior to the gauntlet. And once you do pass it, you will, for those that are going to try and do the gauntlet, you will find the same thing. But after I did pass, I think I really had to control my emotions, and I just kind of had to put it behind me, kind of dumb down the excitement a little bit, only because as traders, we're really subjected to emotional whims. I just want to say thank you to all of the staff at Earn to Trade. Your guys' customer service is freaking amazing. I haven't even had to wait like even an hour to get a reply whenever I had different questions or support problems. If you're going to try the gauntlet, try it out. Put some money on the line. Understand how your emotions change when you go from not risking any money on sim to risking a little bit on the gauntlet. And even before that, maybe really understand what your strategy is. If you get into a gauntlet and you don't really know what you're doing, you're going to fail and it's going to hurt. But I think more importantly, you want to be able to come back from that. And if you have a strategy and you have a trade plan, then you have something to lean on. So you're not just like left without a paddle, like wallowing in your sorrows about, oh, I failed a gauntlet. Really have something to fall back on. And I think that's probably some of the best advice I can give any new traders. Before you put money down, understand what it is that you need to do, understand your risk parameters, understand the rules, understand your trade plan. And once you understand that, there's really no one to blame but yourself. If you execute your plan correctly, whether you win or lose, you executed it correctly. And that's really what matters in trading. It's not so much about your wins and your losses. It's did you execute your plan correctly, and is your risk parameters such that makes your trade plan profitable? And I think for the new traders, I think you all should really focus on that. For all the new traders out there that's gonna try Earn to Trade, try it. If you can pass it, you won't regret it. And if you don't pass it, then just try harder. You can do this. I didn't think I could do it, but I'm just like any other person. If you put your mind to it, you can do it. So for all you guys out there, try Earn to Trade. I think it's definitely worth the money. Yeah. Peace out from Honolulu.